Hey everyone, we wanted to start this new thing. So every Wednesday, Julio or Julio and I are going to be talking about an ad and doing a reaction to an ad that we've seen, either a good ad or a bad ad that could use some help, some copy lifting or branding elements. And our goal with this is not to bash anybody or shame anybody, it's to actually provide some help. So we're even gonna drop a link to the actual product or download or whatever the ad is directing people towards, so that if you're interested in using what it is they're advertising, you can actually go straight there. Our goal is just to help and give some insight. So this particular ad caught my attention on Instagram, and it says influencers 5 days. And let me read it out to you, the copy beneath the text. It says, I used to stay up at night looking through my feed, wondering how these people would just travel the world, how they built up their influencer status. I realized it wasn't some secret. All of these things clicked in for me. So when they realized it. I also knew I didn't want a life like 95% of people had. I didn't want to work the rest of my life for someone else. I'd never have to ask, what am I doing and for what? I knew I needed a shift, and I'm super grateful for everything that's happened. So many people started asking for help and advice that I created this. Okay, so my number one thing with this particular ad is that I just don't know what it's about. And if you think that you know what it's about, I'd kind of like to hear your first guess before I reveal at the end of this video what this ad is directing people toward. But that is a really big thing we see in ads, is that you need to be clear about what the ad is for and who it's for. So first of all, influencers. What kind of influencers? In what niche? I see some water here, some beautiful people. This might have to do with travel. It might have to do with, elevating your lifestyle in some way, but I'm just not sure. The other thing is, I don't know what the product is. It says download on the button itself, but where does that download take me? Is it an ebook? Is it a checklist? What is it going to help me with? Now, this is the big thing here, the benefit. As a consumer, as somebody scrolling through my feed, what's going to stop me from continuing to scroll is knowing what benefit you're providing me. What's in it for me? So if you look at the copy there, all it's talking about is this person's experience, their individual experience in something that's happened in their life. I'm assuming it's some kind of success, but I don't even know enough to know that. So you need to tell people, if they click download, what is it you are delivering to them, and what is the benefit you're giving them? Is it going to change their life? And if so, in what way? What impact are you giving them? Is it free? Is it charged? What's going on here? So make sure in your copy you are addressing those things. What you're advertising, who it's for, the benefit for them, and then of course the call to action. So the call to action is going to be download just like the button, but make sure you actually say it in the copy, in the text right there. Now I can see the story this person is going for, and that's really great, but make sure you're turning things around so that instead of using a lot of I's, we're using a lot of yous and addressing things like, this is what it's going to do for you. You might be experiencing this. You might have been through this, and this is what you could have if you downloaded this particular freebie, ebook, checklist, whatever it might be. Now, I did click on the link and I did visit the actual site that it directs you toward, and it is an ebook. And it's an ebook that helps you become an influencer in 5 days. What that means, I'm not sure. I didn't actually download the ebook, but if you're interested, again, the link is below and you can actually take a look and go and visit this person's site and check it out. We can tell that they're in the beginning stages of a lot of things. There are some typos and editing on their sales page, but they're all in all doing a really great job. So we hope you actually visit and support them in some way and give them feedback. But again, we just wanted to give you some insight into this ad and give you a reaction to one ad we found on Instagram. We hope to do this every Wednesday. Now, you have something to say?
Hello. Just real quick, I wanted to also point out, I know according to the video, it looks like we just went into their page, but if you kind of remember or look back, it actually, the ad said 5 days, it said influencers, 5 days. Now that was a little bit confusing to me, but the other part of it is whenever you actually click the download button, as you would have seen just a few seconds ago, it says on the top, it says 3 days, right? And then it talks about the boot camp and all that, but then it says 5 days to influencer status, ebook launch. So there's just a little bit of confusion on what exactly that means. Is it the 5 days to influencer status, or is it like 5 days till the sale? Because if it's 5 days until the sale starts or until the sale ends, then you want to be careful when you create ads that have some specificity like that, because then you're going to end up having to create ads that say, influencers 4 days, influencers 3 days. Again, there's just a